Hey YouTube, I'm Devin. Today I got something special for you. We're going to be going over how I skin my bobcats and get them ready for fur auction. I got a fur auction coming up here soon, and I got this cat last night out on the trap line, so I'm going to show you guys how I skin those. I've got another video of how to skin those. The link's going to be down below if you want to learn how to skin a coyote. Some of the things you're going to need. You're going to need your bobcat. You're going to want your knife. This one's a Havalon. It's got replaceable blades and it's super sharp. You're going to want rubber gloves for this as well. A hairbrush for your fur, and your hooks for hanging it. Alright, so we're going to take our knife, and right below where his foot comes off, right here, I guess you could call it its elbow, you're going to cut right in between the Achilles tendon. You'll just make a little cut there, and you'll make it on both legs. Next, we're going to take our hooks, and we're going to put them through these holes so we can go and hang him. Just like that. Go ahead and hang him on something sturdy. In my case, it's this door frame right here. I always like taking the brush and brushing out any blood and stuff while it's still on the animal, because that always seems to be the easiest. You can get out any burrs that are in him, any bits of sagebrush, just anything that you don't want in the fur. Right now is a good time to go ahead and rake that out and get rid of it. Below where we cut right here, we're going to cut 360 degrees around its foot. Alright, so we cut 360 degrees around this ankle. Now we're going to move over to this one and do the exact same thing. Alright, so our next step is following this color change right here all the way down to the vent. You'll stick your knife in the top and kind of just cut your way down, and while you're doing that, you're going to want to be pulling on some of this other stuff to kind of keep down with your cut so you can find the bottom of it easily. So I finished cutting right down that color change to the vent, and we're going to start and do the same thing on this next leg. Now that we're down here by the vent, we're going to come and we're going to cut 360 degrees around the vent. You kind of just have to feel your way up and peel that right over the top. Now we have to cut these other directions. Just cut it out just like that. This hide is not thick like a coyote skin is. It's real fine, so you have to be extremely careful cutting on it. Now with the tail, you're gonna pull it as much as you can. Sorry, I'll move my hand so you guys can see for a sec. You're gonna pull it down as far as you can. Then we're gonna take our knife, and this white kind of foamy stuff here, we're gonna cut ever so slowly and careful, because you do not want to cut off the tail. So we're going to take our tail stripper, we're going to slip it on over there till that fits nice in there, and we're going to strip off the tail. Just like that. Now we move back over to the belly side. Again, just kind of start pulling down. The least amount of stuff you can cut, the better. Here actually is right where the gonads attach. We'll just cut those off. So those are the more crucial parts. Our next step is grabbing this hide and pulling it down. Just like this. And I want to get this through your head. Most people, they do this and they try to pull it down and they can't really pull it down all that great because they don't want to pull too hard and rip the hide. You're going to have to pull pretty hard to get this down, but you don't want to be cutting all the way down the body because of how thin that skin is. Otherwise, you're just going to put a whole bunch of holes through it, and it won't be worth as much as it is without the holes. Now you're back down on my level down here. Once you pull this, sometimes it'll pull meat down just like this. It pulled that muscle right down on the fur. You're going to come over here, and you're just going to slowly cut that away from the actual hide. And I'm going to do it on both sides here because wanting to bind up pretty good on there, and it's hard to pull with it on there like that. And you'll get to a point where you have to pull it kind of over the legs so it's not bunching up and just getting in your way. And right here you're going to have to kind of dig in your fingers and work on pulling that down. And a secret I found is you come up underneath the bottom like this, kind of pull it out so you can get your hand on there, and you push your fist right down in between those shoulders, just like this, and it pulls it down, clear down in there to the neck. And then you just keep pulling it around its shoulders. Well, shoot, that's kind of cool. Right here would be my bullet from last night when I shot it through the head. Must have came down through into the shoulder. That right there is what killed my cat. So you don't have to do a lot of cutting. Right here I can't really get my finger through it. So I'll just poke through that little membrane through there so I can get my finger through to pull it down. But all your cutting should be right up here around the vent and all the reproductive systems. Okay, so down here on the arms, we're gonna have to do a teeny bit of cutting. I want to pull down, and this white foamy stuff right here along this little seam, that's what we're gonna be cutting. If you cut too far down, you're gonna cut through your hide, and you're gonna be frustrated with yourself. We'll cut that down. I'm gonna go with 3.5 inches right there, just because it gives me some play. You're gonna come at a 90-degree angle. You're just gonna cut right into that skin, and you're gonna cut all the way around its ankle. And then we'll pull its arm through. Pull the head area. I like grabbing onto it like this and kind of putting my knee on here as a little bit of weight. And if it stops going and you're pulling pretty hard, you're gonna have to come in here and do some cutting, because you don't want to just rip your hide in half, because this could be a $500 cat. And this right here, I didn't cut a hole in the hide. What this is where my bullet came into it. And so that's all that is right there. And if you're ever having problems and you nick the hide a whole bunch and you put a whole bunch of holes in it, I have another video of how I patch my coyote skins. Go check that out. I'll put the link down below as well. I'm gonna come back in here and cut some of this white foamy stuff. These are the ears right here. You can kind of see the separation. This is nice and hard, and it goes squishy here. When I do ears, I always take them back as far as I can and then cut into them, because you never know when you're going to accidentally cut the ear off. So I always take them back as far as I can, and as soon as I have something I can put my finger in like that, I take it to my advantage, and I can use it as a handle to start pulling down on him. Just like this. That'll help me find where the eye sockets are in just a second. Okay, so you're going to have to start feeling for the eyes. One eye is right here, and the other eye is right there. So I like to stick my finger up through the ear, pull out just like this, and start cutting this white foamy stuff. Cartilage right here, you're going to want to cut in as deep as you can on that. That way you can bring out the eyelid with it. Perfect. Just like this. Now I'll cut through that little teeny bit of a membrane, and you can see the eye right here, and you can see the eyelid right there. You're just going to finish kind of cutting out around this eye. We're going to take our knife, and at a 90-degree angle, we're just going to cut straight in, and we're going to cut the nose right off of there. Just like that. Next, we're just going to finish off following this jaw down on this back side. Okay, so that was how I skin my bobcats. If you want to see the next steps of how I flesh and board them, that'll be in a link down below. If you like this video, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button if you want to see more. I'm Devin, this was Brush Bros, thanks for watching.